I listed this before we turn into the details to make the point clear that I'm going to explain the divergence on the basis of non-cultural, non-religion-related factors. And then, of course, after listing these 5 factors of divergence, I'll explore the convergence. The convergence that is maybe more today than never ever before. And that should at least stimulate our critical mind and our sense of introspection. I'm not going to give the points I'm going to explore there because that is too tedious, but I have again 5 points, and I'll try to be as brief as possible for making them clear. So first of all, this historical legacy. So we, of course, as comparatists, are attracted by the comparison between India and Pakistan because we think, oh, here is a very interesting case where the historical variable is controlled. Here are 2 countries emerging from the same matrix, from the same womb of colonial India, and they are diverged so much that it's an interesting case study, it's an even more interesting case study. But we have to be very particular about these assumptions, because the regions of the British Raj, which were to form Pakistan in 1947, have not had the same administration, the same political experience as the ones which were to form India. Certainly, Bengal and Sindh have experienced what I call colonial parliamentarism. There was something like colonial parliamentarism. The 1919 reform, the 1935 reform gave rise to that. But the main province, Punjab, the pivotal province of the country, had a completely different tradition. And the province was largely militarized because of the Great Game, because the British had to cope with the Russian expansion, or expansionism, that is the fear of it. And as a result of that, democracy came very late in the day in Punjab. Priority was given to the bureaucracy, to the administration, to the Indian civil service. The district magistrates literally reigned over the territories, and for those who are versed in history, they must have heard of the Lawrence brothers, who were like little Raja in their own districts, mixing paternalism and authoritarianism. The province on the west, the northwest province, the northwest frontier province, NWFP, that was in 1901, was even more clearly a kind of buffer province, where no election could take place, because that was not meant for political purposes, but for security purposes. And therefore that legacy gave to the region a militarist or militaristic flavor. All the more so as Punjabis, mostly dark, and Pashtuns were recognized as martial races by the British, and they recruited the British. Such a large number of Muslim Dark and Pashtuns in the army that in 1947 Punjabis constituted 77% of the Pakistani army, and the Pashtuns almost 20%. So there were many reasons why the legacy of the Raj in these 2 key provinces were not conducive to democracy.